Back-to-back episodes, guys. I'm just doing a recording after a recording after a recording to feed you through the weekend, but you're not going to hear them until you listen one day apart from each other, and that is where it comes down to. So this one's like partially open. I'm wondering if my wife read it. So this one was June 1st, so 6 days after the last one. It says Doherty, Mushrooms Inc. And then, this is just the nonsense I get from this guy. All right. Thank God, another one-page letter. I think it takes him too long to write these. I mean, he's writing a lot of them, but he's got a lot of time to write stuff. So, page 1. It looks like Rod Edwards of 132 South 2nd Street in Olean and Michael Crick, whose address and phone number you should already have, will be the ones for you to go through to be paid to bulldoze my front porch and replace it and paint my house colors of my choice. Well, at the time of the reading of this letter, I'd like to inform Luke Winkie that that Rod Edwards has passed away. So I will not be going to Rod. We do miss Rod. So I will be granting those two some kind of easement onto my backyard for another project. The property taxes are absolutely up to date, thanks to the help of relatives. I come with federal legal help through Frank Passifum in case anyone or anything says otherwise. Frank also has John Crawford's phone number. Now, thanks to my father, Kevin Winkie. We are getting closer to doing time served, no more probation, and we are getting closer to realizing all of the promises for the Olean and Salamanca area I have been making. Katie Valentine. I have been making. Okay. Katie Valentine is no stranger to Olean, and will be making her an Olean multi-unit owner soon enough, paying your people to fix everything up. Her financing to you, however, will come through some federal department. I am sure Olean can find at-home typist work for her on top of the Olean Stray Cat Society tax exemption. She will be good at attaining. It looks like we will get Barry Broughton and maybe even Robert Brewer paid to come up with the First Step Act classes for violent offenders, and I hope the idea of helping Michael DuPont of Salamanca with his needs in exchange for coming up with sex offender First Step Act classes. All will be passed into law by Ryan Gary of Minneapolis. The final promise of mine to Olean over getting the U.S. Space Force and Homeland Security contracted into Siemens Dresser-Rand will take just a few years to achieve. It's getting that time again, folks. My brain is hurting. My brain hurts. I do this for you. Not Luke. So if Luke is looking into the camera when he gets out, or somebody is, I'm not reading these for Luke. I'm reading these to you, my devout listeners. You have every right to go on to my property at 322 North 13th Street and calculate your costs for everything I mentioned. Rod Edwards and Michael Crick know the grand plans. It is not easy drying. You wrote a D there, but it is not easy trying to run things in my position. But I see more people with more things on the outside trying to run everything. So it's obviously possible. Oh, thank God, it's only like a half page. Page 2. Maybe I'll sue Andrew and Christie of Buffalo FBI for lying to the Olean police January of 2022, causing this problem in my life. I don't know, but I am ready to sue anybody or any entity for this disaster. I would like to point out to Luke and anybody who may be on the side of Luke that Luke threatening to sue people. This is a problem with our society, that people keep threatening to sue people, and their threats of lawsuit are dumb, because all they're doing is pushing off the blame onto somebody else. I'm going to sue this person because this person's responsible for the disaster that is in my life. You know where the problem lies in the disaster in your life, Lucas? Is you. You are the disaster in your life. Not the Buffalo FBI people. Not the U.S. Marshals. Not John Sinatra Jr., not Frank Passafoom, not Katie Valentine, not Kevin Doherty, not Kevin Bartholomew, not the late Rod Edwards, not Michael Crick, not Ryan Gary or Benjamin Ryan Teeter or Carl Palladino or Jeff Bish, your mom Janet McCall. She's partly to blame. She's not exempted. I blame her partly because of how you clearly were brought up, and then her enabling you through a lot of this. But you are ultimately to blame for your life. The way your life turns out, the crummy actions you take, the decisions you make, you are responsible for you. I'm not responsible for you. Andrew and Christy of the Buffalo FBI are not responsible for you. John Crawford's not responsible for you. His no relation, June Crawford, my wife, is not responsible for you. It's just no one. No one's responsible for Luke except for Luke. Now, we have a moral obligation to our society to, help perpetuate websites that warn other people about you, and so that victims can come together and find a way to communicate with one another to grieve. We also have a duty to our society to work with law enforcement to make sure that crazy lunatics get the proper help they need so that they are not on the streets. Or, maybe they're better supervised so they don't write so many damn letters to people. That's who's responsible. So you can waste all your money you want on lawsuits. You're not changing the problem, and the fact is that you are responsible for you, as crazy as you are. And I don't care what you write in your letters. I've read the ones to the judges where you say that you're not crazy. You hate that people are calling you mentally ill. You are mentally ill, Luke. You are nuts. And the sooner you understand that, the sooner maybe you can kind of work through it and become a functioning member of society. But I don't foresee that happening. I do not. I'm a betting man. Would not take that bet. Would not take that bet. Kevin Bartholomew is helping to get the usual people together to campaign within Trump 2024 to make Carl Palladino U.S. ambassador to Brazil. We will use my house as Trump 2024 merchandise storage and call center, and we will contact people in Trump's circle lobbying to make Carl Palladino ambassador of Brazil. After all I said to you is done for the exterior of my house, yes, you get to be in the picture with Carl Palladino in front of my red, white, and blue house. Oh, colors of your choosing. Well, at least you're patriotic. I don't care if I'm in a picture. I'd like to meet Carl Palladino, but that's not I'm not going out of my way to help Luke Winkie to meet Carl Palladino. I'm sure I can meet Carl on my own. So you need to go figure out the costs for the exterior of my house. Rod Edwards and Michael Crick know about their easement rights, promises for my backyard. Both Rod and Michael have been to my mom and Jeff Bish's restaurant. Jeff finally got a new truck so he can drive again. And then you go down to the sign-off line, and it goes, go estimate the cost for the house, ... inform my mother the numbers, ... Luke. All right, gang. We'll see you tomorrow on Life22. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I don't know, maybe seek counseling after listening to me read these nonsense letters.